Contracted COVID during work trip and now have to waste vacation hours during quarantine. I was sent on a mandatory work trip that involved over 24 hours of airline travel and 3 flights each way. On the way back I contracted COVID. I'm strict about wearing my mask, but since it's not mandatory for airlines, there were a lot of others who didn't. I got symptoms on the 3rd day and tested positive 4 days after my return. Now that I have to stay home and quarantine, my company is making me use personal paid time off. No fucking joke. 3 months worth of accrued paid time off is wasted. I didn't get COVID during my personal time. I didn't go to large concert venues or sporting events without a mask. I was performing my job. And this is how they treat us. Just got fired on the spot with no warning. It's the middle of the workday, I haven't even gone on lunch break. I'm working on my tasks and getting my work submitted. Then all of a sudden I'm kicked off my work chat server. I assume it's a mistake until I see my boss call me. She said my work wasn't satisfactory and I was being fired. Job over. Just like that. Fuck 2 weeks notice, they don't give us that courtesy but expect it in return. There was no warning, no discussion, no effort to talk to me to see if something was affecting my performance. My supervisor praised my work often and told me I was doing a good job. I never saw this coming. I'm so tired of this bullshit. Boss gets upset when I mentioned I wasn't getting paid overtime. So my job has 3 workers left. One can only work nights. The other co-worker has recently started calling out more often so I get called in. My boss has done this thing where he claims he'll send me free in the middle of the shift and come in for me then proceeds to not come. Recently I complained on how I wasn't getting paid for all overtime hours and he said in quote it's not hard to stay at work a few extra hours when it's 12 hours each time. TF. What's with the crap pay rate? Is it just me, or are more employers trying to bring people in for crap wages? I usually get a few contract offers a week on LinkedIn with ranges of $16 to $22 an hour. This was the going rate in my line of work 10 to 15 years ago. Is anyone else seeing this? My coworker got a bonus but I didn't. Help. I've been working as a summer intern at an arms manufacturer in Georgia for the past few weeks and a couple weeks back an email was sent to me and every other intern about a monthly bonus. I checked my bank the week after to see that I hadn't been paid the bonus so I asked my fellow interns if they had received the bonus. While 2 of the other interns I had talked to didn't get the bonus, one did get the bonus and another bonus that I didn't know about from weeks earlier. When I asked the HR department they said that no interns got the bonus and only full-time employees got the bonus. Not only have I been working full-time the whole time I've been here but another intern with the same title and position as me did get the bonus. Can I do anything or am I shit out of luck? My boss hired me knowing I had no experience, said I'd be trained and didn't follow through, now is upset at me. I started a new job a few months back. It was meant to be this great opportunity. It's a small company, so I got to speak with the founder and CEO throughout the interview process. I'd be working right with them. After I accepted this job I had to hound them down for any information on my start date. Which was a red flag, but I brushed it off. Then, I was promised training. In a few days the person training me just left. Packed their bags and left. No one knew what this person did, how they did it, nothing. I ask for help constantly and they say they don't know. Red flag number 2. Turns out this person messed up on some documents. I have to go back years to fix these messed up numbers or no one gets paid. I still don't know what I'm doing. But I get fussed at because it doesn't look right. Told to work late until everything is done. And I'm staying because I have a new kid to take care of and bills. Then, this week turns out I've been not doing something really important. No one told me about this, because I hadn't been trained. So I'm talking to the boss/CEO. They don't know when this thing is due. They're asking me how I didn't know about this when I've been here for months. And new aspects of this job is being thrown at me without telling me, and then I find out in a meeting with no context. no knowing what to do, but it needs to get done. I'm so frustrated. I'm not a bad worker, but I feel so incompetent. I have a family to take care of, or else I'd have left. I can't take this much longer. Who to see about paychecks not being processed correctly? For a long time now my paycheck had not been right. Everyone I mandamus about it, they'll fix it on the next one, which never happens. Who can I go to see if they are taking out the taxes properly? I can't go to HR or accounting as they don't exist in this country and have been proven to be scarily incompetent. And our payroll processor will not talk to employees, only authorized users. The endless cycle of looking for jobs, applying, and being ghosted. Employers are urgently hiring, but ghost people who have all the right qualifications and experience. Playing the game. I would like to tell you a story about how I worked on behalf of my co-workers. I am a medical professional that requires certification for a decent pay boost. It's not required, but a $5 difference is a lot. I had planned months in advance to line up everything. I originally slipped to my supervisor that I was considering traveling to get more money. She gave me the classic ramble about being competitive, etc., but I had a plan. I knew she would feed that information to my manager and in turn cause some worry. I am young and talented in their eyes and they can't afford to lose more people. Well, I discussed wages with my co-workers and found out several were not being fairly compensated in my eyes, and newer hires were making almost as much as them, if not more. So a month later I am certified, and a few weeks later than that I am due for a raise for the certification, verification was needed, etc. At that point everything lined up. A couple weeks prior to the raise I applied for a travel position and emailed my manager to ask to use her as a reference. She agreed, and a few days after she said she completed the reference survey. I am given my raise and express my disappointment. Fast forward to 2 days later and I am offered a 0.75 raise, and at least 5 co-workers got raises of $1 plus to compensate for my raise to keep a wage equilibrium. The timing of my expression to move on, the fear of losing critical staffing, and the reference timing could not have worked out better. I didn't care about a 0.75 raise, I just wanted them to pay my co-workers more for their loyalty. Long story short, discuss wages, prove yourself needed, and be bold. Can my fellow salaried employees weigh in on if you think my HR is being unreasonable with their requests? So, for the first time, I started working a salaried position. 8 to 4, MF. Soon after I started, they implemented time clocks for the whole office. I thought that was weird because, again, I was supposed to be salaried. I let it go. Not long after that my boss starts telling me that HR is giving her shit because I sometimes clock in anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes late. My commute is 40 minutes, so sometimes I get stuck in traffic, etc., despite me always making up those minutes at the end of the day by not clocking out until 4:10, they said staying late didn't count towards making up those minutes. I thought it was dumb again, but I let it go. A couple of months ago, my dad dies. I ran out my PTO in order to deal with it. They continually gave me shit for running my PTO dry and sometimes going a little bit over. They show no empathy towards me throughout this. Because I didn't want to give them any more ammunition against me, I started making sure I left 10 minutes earlier than I should. So I clock in around 10 minutes early every day. But, I make sure I clock out exactly at 4 p.m. now. A couple of weeks ago I am told that I need to start emailing the receptionist every time I leave the building for my break. This pissed me off, but I did it. Cut to my performance review yesterday. My boss makes it clear that I have performed extremely well and have managed to significantly improve the financial systems of the company. That I am vital to this company. Great. Until she brings up that people are noticing that I'm eating lunch at my desk, and then taking my 30-minute break. I usually will munch something at my desk before going on break because I would go on a walk or something instead of waste my time pick up fast food. Here's where I lost it. I asked her to clarify, am I not allowed to eat at my desk? She says I am allowed. So I press further for her to very clearly explain the rules, so that I could follow them. She couldn't. Because they make zero sense. Then she starts bringing up reasons why they think I'm not working when I should be, the main one being that I leave exactly at 4 p.m. every day. She says you have a reputation around here for leaving right when your shift ends. I told her good. I'm proud to have that reputation. Although it doesn't make any sense since I'm consistently here 10 minutes early. I was just dumbfounded. I lost my cool. I fought back against every single thing I listed here, and got her to agree that none of them have any basis in actual policy, and is not standardized across the company. Things haven't developed past this, but I am hoping they do, because I find this whole thing absolutely ridiculous. They 100% are trying to control me for no reason, as I've demonstrably proven that I get my shit done, and done well. Let me know if this sounds absurd to you or if I'm just overreacting. I've been sexually harassed a lot at my old job and now I'm unemployed for unrelated reasons. And I just wanna say, the job hunt has been 100x more degrading than the harassment. Not super sure if this even fits the sub, but holy shit, I'm on the edge of breaking just looking for a job. I get lots of interviewers, the interviewers say I interview well, and then comes the rejection letter. Repeat dozens of times, on positions I'm qualified for, positions I'm overqualified for. My life is on hold just looking for something, anything related to my field, but it's been months and this is tearing me apart. In regards to title, that's not to diminish anyone else's experience BTW, I know it's different for everyone. Honestly, I feel super fucking close to committing Sudoku. I just need to vent that. I'm sorry if that makes y'all uncomfortable. Boss is upset that I wasn't able to come in, on my days off. So yeah, pretty much the title, got a talking to today because A, I called in sick the day before I literally passed out and smashed my face out of nowhere, and B, I couldn't come in to cover for him on one of my days off. I work in customer service and we don't have any sort of on-call or anything. I really thought I was doing good. We hired a new guy that I have been helping train, took on more hours, been running the store open close solo when needed, all without the raise I was promised months ago. Still not enough. I hate customer service, I hate people. I just want to go live in a forest alone and never have to be a part of this bullshit work your ass off to barely get by society we are in. Bullying as new normal in modern workplaces. I have been bullied in many workplaces. Just recently had to quit my new job due to toxic workplace. A senior colleague was bullying me, shouting at me, belittling me, etc. I just tried to come to work, do my job well and go home. It's really incredible how these modern workplaces are torture chambers for decent people. Many offices are full of backstabbing co-workers, gossip, and envy. I've read countless of similar stories here in Reddit and elsewhere about the toxic modern workplaces and the heavy toll it's taking on many decent working people. Anyone else feeling like giving up on work life due to bullying and companies not giving a damn about it?